Have you ever wondered how one single moment, one tiny thought, can change the entire course of your life? It's a powerful and sometimes scary idea, isn't it? You can spend your whole life being honest, working hard, and living with integrity. But one lapse in judgment, one moment of greed, can undo it all. Today, I want to share a story that illustrates this perfectly. It's a story about a young man named Jake, and a decision that cost him everything. Jake was from a small town, and life, to put it mildly, had been tough. He was a good person, fundamentally honest, but the world just wasn't giving him a break. Every day was a struggle, a constant search for work just to earn enough to get by, to have a simple meal. Despite his hardship, he never compromised his integrity. He held on to his honesty like a lifeline. One evening, as the sun was setting, casting long shadows across the town, Jake was walking home, feeling more tired and hopeless than ever. Suddenly, he heard a frail voice call out, "Excuse me, young man? Can anyone help me carry something?" He turned to see an old man, stooped with age, standing beside 3 very heavy-looking bags. Jake, despite his own exhaustion, walked over. "I can help," he offered. "I can carry one of those for you." The old man's eyes twinkled. "Thank you, son. Thank you. I'll pay you for your trouble. 3 gold coins for your help." Jake's eyes widened. 3 gold coins was a fortune to him. He quickly agreed and hoisted one of the bags onto his shoulder. It was incredibly heavy, and he could hear the distinct clinking of coins inside. From the weight and sound, he guessed they were bronze. It didn't matter. It was more money than he'd seen in a long time. So, they started their journey. The old man shuffling along slowly and Jake walking beside him, the heavy bag digging into his shoulder. They walked in silence for a while, the sounds of the evening settling around them. Soon, they reached a wide, flowing river. The old man stopped and let out a long sigh. "Oh, dear," he said, looking at the water and then at his remaining 2 bags. "I'm just too old and frail to cross this river carrying both of these. My bones aren't what they used to be." He looked at Jake with pleading eyes. "Young man, could you possibly carry 1 more bag across for me? I'll give you another 3 gold coins for your effort." 6 gold coins. The amount was staggering. Jake didn't hesitate. "Of course," he said. The old man smiled, but then his expression turned serious. "Before I hand this over," he said, his voice dropping to a whisper, "you must promise me you won't run away. This bag is filled with silver coins." Jake felt a sting of indignation. He frowned, looking the old man straight in the eye. "Do I look like a thief to you? I've been honest my whole life. I don't cheat people for money." The old man seemed satisfied with his answer and handed him the 2nd bag. True to his word, Jake carefully waded across the river, balancing both heavy bags, and set them down safely on the other side before helping the old man across. They continued on their way, the path now leading up a steep hill. As they reached the base, the old man stopped again, breathing heavily. He pointed to the last bag, the one he was still carrying. I can't climb this hill with this bag," he wheezed, looking utterly spent. "It's just too much for me." He paused, looking at Jake with an intense, searching gaze. "This bag," he said, his voice barely audible. "This bag has gold coins in it." Jake let out an exasperated sigh, a mix of pity for the old man and pride in his own integrity. "I already told you," he said, perhaps a bit more sternly than he intended. "I'm an honest man. You can trust me. Just give it to me." The old man hesitated for a long moment, his eyes seeming to peer right into Jake's soul. Finally, he nodded and handed over the final, heaviest bag. "All right," he said. "Go on ahead. I'll be slow. Just wait for me on the other side of the hill." So Jake took all 3 bags. The weight was immense, but the thought of the payment to come gave him strength. He started the slow, arduous climb up the hill. 1 bag of bronze, 1 of silver, and 1 of pure gold. His mind started racing. These was life-changing money. He could finally escape his poverty, start a new life, have everything he ever dreamed of. He was halfway up the hill when a little thought, a tiny whisper, crept into his mind. Asterisk, what if... ... What if I just ran away? Asterisk. He tried to push it aside, but it came back, louder this time. Asterisk, he's just an old man. He can't possibly chase you. He'll never catch you. Asterisk, the thought began to take root, growing more and more appealing. Asterisk. I'll finally be rich, after all I've been through. Don't I deserve this? Life has been so unfair to me. This is my chance. Asterisk, his heart began to pound in his chest, a frantic drumbeat of greed and fear and excitement. He risked a glance over his shoulder. The old man was just a small figure far down the path, moving at a snail's pace. He was completely alone. In that moment, the battle in his mind was lost. The whisper of greed became a roar. Without another conscious thought, Jake turned and ran. He ran faster than he had ever run in his life, clutching the heavy bags, fueled by a surge of adrenaline. He didn't look back. He just ran, the coins jangling, the promise of a new life just ahead. He finally reached his small, run-down home, slammed the door, and bolted it shut. He was trembling, partly from exhaustion, partly from the thrill of what he had just done. This was it. His life was about to change forever. With shaking hands, he untied the first bag, the one with the bronze coins. He ripped it open, his breath caught in his throat, ready to see his treasure. But there were no coins, only stones. He stared in disbelief. It must be a mistake. He frantically tore open the second bag, the one supposedly filled with silver. More stones. A cold dread began to creep over him. Panicked, he ripped open the final bag, the one that held his golden dreams. Nothing. Just heavy, worthless rocks. His heart sank. And then, nestled amongst the stones in the last bag, he saw a small, folded piece of paper. He picked at it. Up his hands, trembling, he unfolded it and read the words that would haunt him for the rest of his days. Denote Sadai, and the king of this land. For months, I've been searching in disguise for a truly honest man, someone worthy of being my heir and ruling this kingdom after me. I had chosen you. If you had not run away, if you had passed this final test of character, you would have been that person. The kingdom would have been yours. Jake dropped the note. The world around him seemed to dissolve. The weight of what he had done, of what he had lost, crashed down on him. One moment of greed. That's all it took. One fleeting, selfish thought had cost him everything: his honor, his integrity, his destiny, his entire future. This story really makes you think, doesn't it? Jake wasn't a bad person. He was honest, he was hardworking, but a single, unchecked thought led him astray. It shows us how incredibly powerful our thoughts are. Every single action we take begins as a thought. Those thoughts become our words become our actions, and our actions, repeated over time, shape our character and our entire life. So, the lesson here is to be the guardian of your own mind. Protect it fiercely. When those whispers of greed, or jealousy, or doubt creep in, don't let them take root. Challenge them. Because the difference between a life of fulfillment and a life of regret can often come down to a single thought. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this story with you. I hope it gave you something to reflect on. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like it, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Take care, and remember to guard your thoughts. See you in the next one.